Hi, and welcome to your new flow to kind of ground down into some feminine energy. So today's flow will be a little bit softer. There's no chaturangas, although you are more than welcome to take some if you would like them. I will cue you if you would like them so you know when to do it. And then, so we're working a little bit with our womb space, and this is our sacral chakra. So your sacral chakra, or your Svadhisthana, is located beneath the belly button and above your pubic bone. So it's right in that womb space. And it kind of embodies, as you would think, your sexuality and your creativity, your reproductive system, your sexuality and stuff, and everything like that. So we're just gonna be tapping into it just slightly. It's gonna be, I don't know how I'm gonna say this. It's gonna be really gentle. And so you don't necessarily need any props today, but you're more than welcome to have a blanket or your blocks to kind of help you out. And before we get started, I want to show you we're going to be doing some anterior and posterior tilts. So anterior and posterior tilts are just tipping of the pelvis. So you'll be coming here, you'll like tipping your pelvis forward and sticking your butt out for an anterior tilt, and then kind of tucking the tailbone and curving in for this posterior tilt. Anterior and posterior. My back hurts kind of, so I can't do it good. Okay. So anterior, sticking the butt out. Posterior, tucking the tailbone and kind of curving towards the front. Anterior, posterior. Okay. So now that we got that out of the way, so if you want to go ahead and grab any water or your props, you're more than welcome to, and we'll get started. So to get started today, we'll be coming onto our backs and taking time here to settle in for a second. And I want you to take your hands and just place them on top of your womb, on top of that Svadhisthana or sacral chakra space. And just start to deepen your breath. So the sacral chakra color is orange. So if you would like to kind of just think about orange radiating from that space, you can. And then start to deepen your inhales. Lengthening your exhales. Inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling. Exhaling. And then going through a few more rounds on your own, just allowing your body to arrive on the mat. Allowing yourself to be here right now. Allowing yourself to soften. And just kind of notice in your life, where is it that you can bring more feminine energy? So I know myself, I tend to be a little bit more masculine throughout my day. Where is it that you can embrace that feminine energy? Embrace that softer side, that sensual side. Taking a few more rounds of breath here. And go ahead and take one last breath here. Inhaling. Exhale. And as you're ready, you can open your eyes. And if you don't already, you can bring your knees to bend and planting your feet about hip width distance and somewhat close to your bottom. It doesn't have, not too far away, but not too close either. Just find a spot that feels comfortable. And here's where we're going to start those anterior and posterior tilts. Remember, anterior is sticking the butt out. Posterior is kind of tucking the tailbone. So play with that a little bit. Rocking your pelvis forward and back, tipping it, and just see if you can get comfortable with the movement. It probably feels weird at first. Maybe it feels a little, I don't want to say embarrassing, but I mean, if you're embarrassed, like, it's not that big of a deal. You're just tipping your pelvis forward and backwards. And just feel into the movement and just see if you can make it fluid. See if you can make it water-like. Doing a few more rounds here. Anterior, sticking the butt out. Posterior, tucking the tailbone. Maybe play with your breath and inhaling as you anteriorly tilt. Exhaling as you posteriorly tilt. Two more rounds here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then come back to center. And then just walk your feet a little wider than hip width distance. And we're just going to windshield wiper our legs. So from one side to the other, dropping the knees as far as it's comfortable. Just kind of waking up the body here. Waking up sacral chakra. And then as you're ready, whenever it feels right for you, you can either roll onto one side and push your way up, or come up to rock and then just come to a tabletop position. And then from here, we're coming into cat-cows. So making sure that our wrists are over our shoulders and our knees are directly underneath our hip points. So inhaling to drop the belly and pulling the chest through. Exhaling to round the spine, dropping the head and neck. Again, sort of like those anterior and posterior tilts, except we're adding a little bit more movement in with it. And then go through whatever natural movements that are calling to you. So whether that's making some C curves, maybe you step your feet back and come into child's pose and then rock forward, a little variation of the swan. Do whatever feels good in your body. And this flow is, like I said, it's going to be softer. So think of yourself as moving sensually, like water, right? Moving fluidly. Just get into your body. Feeling myself. Okay. Probably shouldn't have said that, but still. It came into my mind whenever I said that. Taking a few more rounds here. Take one more round, inhaling, exhaling. And if you're still in this tabletop position, I want you to walk your knees back a couple inches, and then inhaling to shift forward of your wrists. Exhale to come down to the belly. And then I want you to take your hands a little forward and halfway on your mat and halfway off your mat. So you're going to tent up onto your fingertips. Put your forehead down onto the mat, pressing into the tops of the feet, and then gently pressing the pubic bone down into the mat. Inhaling, you're going to roll your spine up. Head and neck come last, and then exhale down. So these are what I like to call rolling cobras. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhaling to roll up, exhaling to roll down. One more time, inhale, roll up. Exhale, roll down. And then taking your hands and planting them beside the low ribs, curling the back toes under. You can come up through your tabletop position or plank and then come back for downward facing dog. Oh. My first down dog of the day. If that's yours too, you can take some time to walk your dog, bending into one leg or the other, and maybe you kind of just wave your spine a little bit. Do what you need to do here. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. Last breath here, inhale. Exhale. At the bottom of your exhale, gaze between your hands and step your way to the top of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, coming to root to rise. Come all the way up. Hands go up. Down through heart center. Samasthiti, mountain pose. Pausing here for a second. Noticing where you are, where your body is. Maybe you want to set an intention for your practice. Go ahead. And maybe you want to bring in an affirmation to your practice instead of an intention. The Svadhisthana chakra is all about feeling your feelings. So it's I feel. You feel safe. You feel loved. You feel creative. You feel sensual. Whatever you want to choose here. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up. Hands go up. Down through heart center and Samasthiti, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up. Hands go up. Down through heart center. Samasthiti, mountain pose. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, the halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Come all the way up. Hands go up. Down through heart center. Mountain pose. Inhale. Arms go up. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, and this time plant the hands and step the right foot back, coming into a low lunge. In your low lunge, your hands can be wherever you wish. So they can be on the top of the thigh. You can have them at your hips. If you have blocks, you can have them here, or you can have them up. Taking a few breaths here. Taking your time with this practice. Again, getting into your body. Take 2 more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. And then you're going to swing this left foot back. And as you're swinging the left foot back, pivoting the right toes off the mat and coming into this modified side plank. Take another breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Planting the left hand back. Coming around back to pivot the foot back onto the mat and taking the left foot between your hands. And then go ahead and curl the right toes under and pick the back foot up for a runner's lunge. And just pause here. Keeping that back leg really active. Pressing that front foot into the ground. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to pivot. First, you're going to pivot the right foot onto the back of the mat. And then crawl your way to the right hand side of the mat. And your toes will be parallel to the short ends of the mat. Inhaling to press your hands into the ground to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Breathing a few times here. I'm going to turn around so my butt's not in your face. I really love a wide-legged forward fold for some reason. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to plant the hands and halfway lift. Bending into your knees. Bring your hands to your hips and come to stand up. And from here, I want you to turn your toes out, bring your heels in, squat down for goddess pose. In here, bringing a little bit of that Svadhisthana chakra element here. You're going to create a triangle with your hands like this. Place it over the womb as you squat down. Breathing here. My legs are tight. Maybe you bounce it out. Sway side to side. Maybe you close your eyes here. Take 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And this time to inhale, you're going to sweep your arms up, pivoting the toes to be parallel with the sides of the mat, and then take your front toe, point to the front, coming into warrior 2. So we're coming into that heeled arch alignment, bending into that front leg, rolling the shoulders down onto the back, gazing out over those middle fingers. And then just notice your right foot. Noticing that if you can't really ground down through that outer edge of the foot, see if you can just turn your foot in slightly. See if that changes it a little bit. I find that kind of helps me. I learned that from one of my yoga teachers the other day. Inhale. Exhale. This time, inhale, flip the front palm. Reach forward and back to reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmill the hands down. And here's where you can go through your vinyasa if you wish. Otherwise, you can just meet me in downward facing dog. Pausing here, taking a few breaths. Take one last breath here. Inhale. Exhale. And from here, you'll take your right leg, step it between the hands, softening the left knee down. Coming up for that low lunge. So you can take your hands again wherever you want. They can be on your thigh, hips, heart center, or up, or your blocks. Taking a few breaths here, sinking and settling. Making sure that we're feeling fluid. I don't feel a little fluid in my legs. I feel a little stiff. But I'm just imagining what it would be like if that stiffness just became fluid. The fluidity in my muscles. Sending my breath to the tight areas. Inhale. Exhale. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Planting the hands, we're coming to that modified side plank. So as you're taking that right leg to come back, you're going to pivot the left foot off the side of the mat, come up, modified side plank. Take one more breath here, inhale. Exhale. Bringing that right hand back to the mat, left leg in between right leg between the hands. Curling the back left toes under and coming up for that runner's lunge. Breathing here. Again, keeping that back leg really stiff and firm. Grounding into the front foot. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And from here, we're pivoting that back foot around, walking to the left edge of the mat, creating parallel legs to the front and back of the mat. Inhaling up to plant the hands to halfway lift. Exhaling to wide leg forward fold. Breathing here. And so in this wide-legged forward fold, we're going to add a little bit more fluidity here. So you inhale to halfway lift and kind of just rolling your spine up. Exhaling to fold. Inhale, rolling the spine up. Exhale to fold. And we're going to creating that fluidity as you inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale, forward fold. So from here, inhale to halfway lift. Bend into the knees, bring the hands to the hips and come to stand. Inhaling, sweeping your arms up overhead, pivoting the toes out and heels in, squatting down for goddess pose. Again, hands in that little mudra if you wish. Otherwise, your hands can be wherever you want. Breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Last time. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, sweeping the arms up, pivoting the back toes to be parallel. Front toes facing the front. Bending into that front knee. Warrior 2. Again, noticing if you need to turn in that back foot a little bit to press down through that knife edge of the foot, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Inhaling and exhaling. One more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to flip the front palm, reach forward and back to reverse your warrior. Exhale, windmilling the hands down, going through your vinyasa or meeting me in downward facing dog. 2 breaths here. Finding that fluidity. Inhale. Exhale to just come down to your knees and then coming all the way down to the belly. And from here, just take your hands and stack them on top of one another and coming into crocodile pose. Placing the head down on the hands and relaxing here. Maybe if you want to, you can come back to that color orange, radiating around that womb space. Allowing yourself to cool down here. Inhale. Exhale. So from here, you can either stay right here where you are, or you can bring your left leg out to the side, and you can have it at whatever degree you want. So it can be straight out from the hip, or it can be down a little bit. Just don't have it past your hip joint. And then making sure that maybe your ankle is in line with your knee. And then come back down, getting a little bit more into that womb space. And if that's hurt your knee, you can get a blanket or something to prop up underneath your knee so it has a little bit more cushion. Again, making sure that you're relaxed here. Relaxing the glutes, leg, foot, stomach. Couple more breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath here. Inhaling. Exhale. Bring your left foot back to meet your right, and then just bring the right knee up if you had it on the other side. Again, staying in crocodile is just fine too. Taking a few breaths here. Inhale here. Exhale. Slide the right foot back to meet the left, and then just roll over onto your back from here. So when you're on your back, just bring your knees into your chest and give yourself a little hug. I'm going to give you an option. You can stay right here in this Apanasana with your knees into your chest, or you can bring your hands in between your knees and then taking your hands on the outside of the feet. Does that make sense? So your arms are on the inside of your legs, but your hands are on the outside of your feet. Gently pulling your feet down and coming into this happy baby. Again, if you don't want both legs, you can just do one. So you can do a half happy baby, full. Softening the shoulders. Maybe you rock side to side. Maybe you straighten one leg and then the other, or maybe you straighten both legs. Just breathing here for a few more breaths. Take one last breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Bringing your knees back into your chest. Hug. And then planting the feet again. Coming into those windshield wipers one more time. So your feet are a little wider than hip width distance. Or they're even about the width of your mat if you want to. And then you just drop your knees from one side to the other. Creating this windshield wiping motions. And then whenever you're ready, you can just drop your knees over to one side. So my knees are onto the right side. My gaze is going to go to the left or straight up. And my arms are just kind of out to a T. You can do you. Gently twisting here. And take one last breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to come back through to center and just windshield wipe to each side one more time, and then you can just drop them over to the opposite side. Again, your gaze is to the opposite side of where your legs are. Take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale your knees back up. Bring them into your chest one more time. And then just take your left leg out to the left corner of the mat. Right leg out to the right corner of the mat. Coming into Shavasana, so if there's any other postures that you'd wish to take, you can completely go ahead and take them and know that Shavasana is always waiting on you. So from here, just rolling the shoulders onto the back if you're coming into Shavasana. Hands down by the sides and palms facing up. And then from here, just noticing if you can relax anymore. Maybe you want to take your hands to your womb space again, or maybe you take one to your womb space and one to your heart. Feeling the warmth of your hands on your sacral and heart chakra. Allowing your body to relax. Allowing your breath to feel like water as you inhale and exhale. Maybe imagine your inhale breath like a pitcher filling up a glass of water. Inhaling to fill up the water. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Noticing if your jaw can be a little more lax, loose. Your tongue. Smoothing the space between the eyebrows. Allowing your entire body to just find stillness. Take one last inhale here. Exhale to gently sigh it out the mouth. Take Shavasana. And start inviting deeper breaths into the body. You can start making micro movements, getting with your fingers and your toes. You can start to roll the wrists and ankles as you're ready. And bringing your feet together and your arms up overhead for a nice full body stretch. Bending the knees and planting the feet. Swinging your hips over to one side and coming to rest on your side. Pausing here in this fetal pose. Thanking yourself for showing up on the mat. Doing something for yourself. Sending yourself love and gratitude. And as you're ready, you can push your way up to a seated position with your eyes gently closed. Whenever you get there, you can inhale your arms out, up, and overhead to touch. Seal your hands down through heart center to seal your practice. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. So I hope this practice finds you in a good position. I hope that you are able to maybe move around your day with a little bit more feminine energy and a little bit softer maybe. Maybe you're a little bit more in touch with your emotions. Maybe you're not. That's okay. Maybe you write them down in a journal instead of sharing them with somebody else. That's me. Thank you all for joining me today. Have a good day.